Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, actually another card, kind of spicy one too. This is a new Odd Eyes Synchro monster. Definitely was not expecting this one at all whatsoever. I do think it's pretty interesting though. I gave it a quick read before this, but a little bit surprising today just because we already got the Perform Age card way earlier today, and then the V-Jump promo, not the full effects of it, but at least the announcement and kind of what's going on with that. Earlier tonight as well. I didn't really think there'd be any other news tonight. Sorry this is coming out so late, by the way. But anyway, yep, let's just get into this thing. This is an OCG Structures card, so if you look at the past three structures, if you're not exactly sure what kind of product this is, it's a one-off, almost like V-Jump promo. It's like a promo style card. The last three prior to this one are the Fire King Coutier Volcanics. This card's actually really good. And then you have Flame Tongue. This is actually another solid generic link too for like fire decks. And then before that we had the Infernoble Knight card. Yeah, Infernoble Knight card. These are cards that have been shown off in the manga specifically, and never really came here. But from what I see here, at least for the last couple, they tend to actually be pretty decent cards. So pretty cool. But yeah, let's get into this thing. People are definitely have a lot more connection to Odd Eyes than they do some of those other archetypes. Famously, because it's a main character archetype. Let's see how it goes. This is Odd Eyes Soulblaze Dragon, level 8 Light Dragon, Synchro Tuner. Synchro Tuner definitely matters. It's an effect monster with 2,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Its materials are completely generic too. Any tuner plus any one or more non-tuners, so that's pretty good as well. And you can only use one effect among its first and second effects with this card's name once per turn, and only that turn. So you can't do both in the same exact turn, but you can pick and choose whichever one you want. I think it'll be pretty clear which one you want turn 1 and which one you want turn 2. But yeah. First effect, if this card is special summoned, you can special summon one face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck. You cannot special summon while you control that face-up monster except Pendulum monsters. And second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 2 other Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum monsters from your graveyard to special summon this card back. Honestly, just really good card. This is like a pretty solid Synchro Climb card. Now, the one restriction on here, it does matter. That is, I'm definitely not going to pretend like the restriction on this card doesn't matter at all, and it's nothing you need to worry about. It is a real restriction, and I'm not even sure the best way to work around it, but I would imagine there would be a way in a good amount of decks, but I don't know them, depending on the kind of deck you're playing. So basically what this is a pretty good just like material climb card for just like Pendulum decks in general, right? Being able to make this ideally early-ish in your turn using a Pendulum monster and being able to use this to immediately summon, because if you use this Pendulum to make this, it's going to go straight to extra face up, which means on summon, this card can just immediately summon one of those cards just straight back. And then, you're just getting free material. And then you're able to go. And then later on, next turn, this card is just going to be in grave already. And hopefully, if you actually did any sort of combo, you would also be putting enough material in here to summon him back. And this is another low-key part about this card. This doesn't trigger on Synchro Summon. This triggers on Special Summon. So when you summon this... you won't be able to use it again if you summon it versus a second effect, but if you had another way to reborn him, you could potentially use the first effect again to spam even more material on a follow-up turn. Pretty decent card overall. Even if you don't get this effect to trigger on the next turn, even just getting back another, level 8 tuner body pretty free is still pretty nice. But yeah, the thing you got to work around is definitely this, right? It's not a hard lock. It's not for the rest of the turn or anything. It's just while you have the monster you summon off of this card on the field, you are locked into Pendulums. I don't know the best way to utilize that. I mean, you can still make any Pendulum extra deck monster that already exists. So a Pendulum Exceed or a Pendulum Synchro type card. I think about Nirvana High Paladin type cards, right? Something like that. I don't know which ones are actually good or playable right now in the game, so that's definitely something you would need to shift through and see. But like overall, this just reads like a pretty good card. It just has a weird little, restriction on it, and as long as you can work around that, this is just a really good just extra deck tool for Pendulum decks that just help you get extra material out like super early. So pretty cool card. Let me know your thoughts on this card. There's not many Pendulum decks that have had much success lately in Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't even know really the best way to even attempt to try and use this card. I don't know what deck wants to utilize it best or at all. But if you have any ideas already, I would definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. It's a pretty good card overall. I don't know if it has a great home currently, and maybe it's one of those things where we sit back and we trust Konami, even if it doesn't have a home right now, and say they know what they're doing. If they're going to release a card like this, I would imagine in the next couple months we would get like a home where this card makes a lot more sense. So we'll keep an eye on that, but cool card nonetheless. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. Anything specific about it, where you want to use it, what archetype you think has the best opportunity to use it. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. But I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll keep you posted on all things Yu-Gi-Oh news going forward. So subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. No idea where it's coming. The TCG, by the way, this will just get imported randomly into whatever set. Just like we're still actually waiting on the Fire King girl. We have no idea when we're going to get her, but yeah, same thing here. So just keep that in mind. I'll see you next one. Peace.